Hello from Mexico and welcome back to our channel. So today is day 7 of Vlogmas, and today I'm going to do something a little different than what you guys have seen so far with Vlogmas. Today marks 7 years since we made our move to Mexico. Diego and I got on a plane 3 months after Fidel arrived in Mexico after his deportation, and that was on December 7th. So today I wanted to take you guys through kind of that first little bit here, but I wanted to show you some pictures from that time. So if you like what you're watching, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe. Let's talk about 7 years in Mexico. Just in case you're new to our channel, my husband was deported in 2016, and our son at the time, Diego, he was our only son at the time. We have since had a second son. Diego and I moved down here to keep our family together, and that's why we live in Mexico. That first night here was a little hard for me. I remember when I got here, I wasn't prepared for how the rentals and that worked, particularly where we are in a very small, like, rancho pueblo. And we had sent a bunch of stuff down, but I sent like our clothes and I didn't send any furniture. I'm gonna put a picture up. I have a picture of Thor in the, this is when we were in the airport. He was in his carrier. We did bring our Shih Tzu down. So there's a picture of Thor flying down. He hated flying. Thank goodness we only had to do that once. But then the next picture is a picture of us our first night here. This is me, Diego, and Thor laying down. And I sent this to my my mom and my family to let them know that we were here safe and that everybody was good and everybody was super exhausted and sleeping. But I remember when I first got in the house, I remember sitting on the bed and crying. And it's a strange thing to describe because we were ecstatic to be together, but at the same time, and I think this feels the most prevalent even 7 years later, but on this particular day, it does also feel like you're mourning your old life. And so when I was sitting on the bed and I, started crying, in my head, it was just such a huge adjustment. And I was, I think, in the very beginning of mourning, our old life and trying to adjust. And I know I said this in the vlog that I did. I think when during our 4-year anniversary was the last time I did like a vlog about this. But as I was sitting on the bed, I remember thinking to myself, because I was crying. It was a huge emotional day. It was a long flight. We had delays. We had, Thor with us, which made the delays even worse. And Diego, was tired and we were just exhausted. And I saw all of my stuff sitting in boxes and we just had a bed. And I realized that there were no like appliances in the house. There were no like even cabinets or counters or anything in the house. And I realized, it was gonna be a lot of work. And I remember thinking to myself, you're either going to be sad and, mourn the life that you thought you were going to have in the US, or you're going to get some sleep and wake up tomorrow and make this work. And that's what we did. I'm already tearing up a little bit, but, and that's what we did. And it ended up, obviously, 7 years later, it ended up being great. So the next day, the first couple of things that we did was we went out and we bought a refrigerator. This is the refrigerator that we bought. We got some groceries, got a refrigerator. I even took a picture of the inside of the refrigerator to show my mom because I told her, I said I got the essentials, and that was wine. That was one of them. But we were, trying to get adjusted. I also have a picture of, so I remember talking about this a couple times, but we had a box that I had shipped stuff down in. I'm gonna put the picture right here. We had a box that I had shipped stuff down in, and it was a pretty large but like long box. And I remember we got the microwave, and I told Fidel, I was like, I have nowhere to set the microwave, because I didn't think about that. And so Fidel said, it's okay, I got it. He took 2 kitchen chairs, as you can see in the picture. He sat the box across it, and that worked as our table until I was able to find a dining room table. And the resourcefulness of my husband always is one of my favorite things about him. But he made it okay. Oh, this is gonna make me cry. The thing about Fidel is that he always seemed to just make everything okay, you know? And Diego helped a lot with that too. And so fast forward a little bit, we had this was our first Christmas. So let me put up a couple pictures. We got our little Christmas tree that's now sitting at the kindergarten. But we got our little Christmas tree, we set it up, we took pictures in front of the Christmas tree. And I remember taking this picture of Diego, which was our first experience with Christmas in Mexico. And it was a posada, and everybody was all around, you know, the kids had the sparklers, and I remember taking this picture of Diego and just being so incredibly grateful that we were here, you know, that we were here and all together, and the smile on his face was incredible. And he had such a good Christmas. He loved the posadas, and that's, I think, probably will be one of his favorite things even when he grows up. Let me see what other pictures I have for you guys. This is a little like impromptu kind of video, and I was hoping to make it through it without crying, but it's an emotional day. The next picture I have actually was, let's see. Next picture. Oh, because I've talked about this a lot. So one of the things that I had a hard time, not a hard time, but one of, I think, the biggest adjustments for me was learning how to do things like wash clothes and clean my home and things like that. And I remember that I got up, I said, I'm gonna get all of the laundry done today. I learned how to wash it by hand. Fidel wasn't home. He wasn't even within cell range because they were out in the campo. And I said, I'm gonna get all of these clothes washed today. I'm gonna get them washed. I'm gonna get it hung up. Like, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna do it all by myself. And so I got probably about halfway through the laundry, and we had a cisterna. Let me put this picture up because this is the picture I sent to my best friend. We had a cisterna in the ground, and I had a bucket with a string tied to it, and the cisterna was really low. And so you throw the bucket in, you bring up the water, and then you pour it in your laundry. Well, I threw the bucket in, and I lost my grip on the string, and it was just all, it just all fell to the bottom of the cisterna, and I couldn't get it out. I tried to get it out, and then I took a picture of it, and I sent it to my best friend, and I was like, so this is how my day's going. How's yours? And I sat there and I cried a little bit, you know, and I thought, you know what, it's okay. I got a little bit done. We'll just wait for Fidel. And when Fidel came home, he was able to get it out and that. But I haven't ever been able to show this picture, but I did find the picture. So this is the infamous picture of me dropping the bucket in this cisterna. But it did take a lot to adjust to, you know, the way that things were done a little bit differently in these houses and that, because I was just used to being in like a carpeted apartment and all of that. And so I was used to having a washer and dryer. I was used to having like a dishwasher. And so all of those things were a pretty big adjustment. But the next picture I have is the first time Fidel took me to what is it called? He took me to sell borregos. So this is he said, do you want to go with me and my brother? We're going to go and sell some of my mom's borregos. My favorite part of this picture is the borrego that is also taking a selfie with me. But this was an eye-opening experience for me, I think, because I had never been to anything like this, even though I lived in Utah where, you know, there's predominantly like farmers and and cattle auctions and things like that. This isn't something I ever experienced. And I remember, I remember that Fidel was yelling, "Borregos, borregos," and he was like, "Do you want to do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And I started yelling it, and I remember we ate these really good quesadillas that were there. They had chorizo in them. That was the first time I had had like the chorizo quesadilla, but in like the masa here. It was so good. But that was a good day. That was a good experience. I have this picture of us walking through the campo. Thor gave up. He wouldn't walk anymore, and so Fidel fashioned him into this Ninja Turtle backpack, and I had to carry him the rest of the way because he refused to walk anymore. He said he was not, basically said he was not built for the campo, which was very accurate. The next picture I have is the first time I got to upgrade my fridge. We did it because the refrigerator that I had, Fidel was cleaning it. He was trying to get all the ice out of the little freezer part, which was in the inside, and he punctured it. And so we lost all of the coolant in the refrigerator. So I had to go get a new one. And I remember I found this like dish thing that's sitting next to it. I remember I found the dish thing and I sent the picture to my mom because I was so excited about the dish thing that I found. So there's a look at our upgraded fridge. Let's see what else. What else? I don't think I have, so when I first got here, I did have my MBA, but I was still looking for work with my MBA. And so I taught English to kids in Asia. And I remember that my lighting wasn't good enough. The lighting was terrible in our old house, if some of you remember. And so Fidel fashioned this. It is a broom with a light bulb. You can see like the chair I would sit in, my bed behind us, and like my, so this was on the other side of my computer, so it would shine directly on me so that you could see my face while I was teaching, because I would teach at like 3 or 4 a.m. and then also at like 9 at 10, 11 at night. And so, so Fidel fashioned this for me, and it was so helpful. Again, my husband, I can't, it's just, and then this is a picture of me with all my stuff behind me. I put a map up. I had some little like owls with English phrases on them behind me. And that is what I did until I built up my contract work for my MBA and started doing, you know, what I do now, which is what I love to do. So that was what I did when we first moved down here. I found another picture when Dominic was born. This was our first night with Dominic in the hospital. Fidel fell asleep on the bed next to me because there wasn't anybody in that bed. Fidel fell asleep, and I just remember thinking he's probably so tired. And I was tired as well, but I remember thinking he's probably so tired because he had been going back and forth after Dominic was born, you know, and checking on Diego and things like that. And he fell asleep, so I thought I would include that picture. The rest of the pictures I'm gonna put up on the screen are just my beautiful family, and oh man, that got me. And our beautiful life here. If there's one thing I wish I could have done, I wish I could go back and talk to myself before I stepped on that airplane to move down here. Because I wish I could go back and tell myself that this was gonna be where I was 7 years from that day. I can't imagine a more beautiful life for us, for our children. We've been able to do so many things. We're having so many experiences and that I think are great for our kids. We're building our home, you know. I'm just incredibly grateful. And when I look back at these pictures, you know, I found like a picture of the first egg that one of my hens laid. You know, I just am incredibly grateful for our life here and what we have. And I can't believe that it's been 7 years. It went by so fast. So I hope that you guys enjoyed taking a little stroll down memory lane with me. Today we're gonna go out. We need to go to Tehuacan and get dog food and that. So you'll see today's vlog in a few days because I am a little ahead. But today I wanted to, in particular, talk about this because this is this is a day for our family where I think out of all of the days of the year, where we remember how far we've come and how grateful we are for our life here in Mexico. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and the Muéganos vlog will be up tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.